Welcome back to Fantasy Fights. This time Corrie Sanders goes up against Earnie Shavers. Two of the hardest hitters the heavyweight division's ever seen. Should be a great fight. I look forward to it. Looking at Earnie Shavers, had an impressive record, 6 foot 216. Had a 79-inch reach, which was kind of unusual for a man only 6 foot tall. So he had a long reach. And looking at his record, very impressive. Ali and Holmes are the two names that jump out at you. Had a first-round knockout over Ken Norton. Now we're going to take a look at Earnie Shavers. Here he is fighting Jimmy Ellis in 1973. Jimmy Ellis was a former WBA heavyweight champion, won the belt in 1968 against Jerry Corrie and lost it against Joe Frazier in 1970. Ellis is just having his way. This is first round action against Earnie Shavers, and you can see Shavers can take a punch. So just because you hit him doesn't mean he's going down. And then that is what he can do to you with one punch. He knocks out Jimmy Ellis in the first round. Whenever you're fighting Earnie Shavers, you have to be aware that he can end the fight with one punch. One of the hardest hitters in heavyweight history. Now, keep in mind that Corrie Sanders is another knockout puncher, so these two going against, we're going to look at two of the big bombers of the 1970s, Ron Lyle in the red trunks and Earnie Shavers in the blue trunks. Shavers had put Lyle down earlier in the fight, almost knocked him out. Lyle, who could take quite a wallop, comes back and knocks Earnie Shavers out. I believe this is like 6th or 7th round action. And you can see he is in Madison Square Garden. They're going crazy, and Shavers is knocked out. Now let's take a look at Earnie Shavers' opponent, Corrie Sanders, in this fight. 6'4", 225, and he was a knockout puncher. I mean, he just devastated people. Most of his fights were pretty short. His big win over his career was the Vladimir Klitschko fight, a second-round knockout. Here he is against Hasim Rahman, who went on to win the Unified Heavyweight Championship against Lennox Lewis when he knocked him out. And this is going to be real typical of what Earnie Shavers and Corrie Sanders are going to look like. Both fighters are going to touch the canvas, and both are throwing bombs. Neither are big defensive fighters, and notice Sanders' very fast hands. This is an advantage he is going to have, and they both go down. Rahman actually holds onto the rope so he doesn't hit the canvas, but these are two big bombers. Sanders was not a defensive fighter, totally went on the offensive all the time. Did not have a real strong jab. He was a southpaw, and his hands were very fast, and he was looking to get you out of there. Rahman goes on and wins by knockout in this fight. Here is Corrie Sanders' most famous fight against Vladimir Klitschko. Second round knockout. He put him down several times in 2 rounds. And Klitschko was young at this time, inexperienced against southpaws. Corrie Sanders took advantage of it. And it's going to be really hard for Klitschko to overcome that. Here's some other fights with a young Corrie Sanders. Notice the hand speed. Really strong conditioning, especially when he was younger. And this is what Earnie Shavers is going to have to go against. These are two of the best what I call bombers in heavyweight history. Both of them will take you out as quickly as they can. They throw caution to the wind. Should be an exceptional fight. You can see Corrie Sanders just wings it. I mean, he doesn't really have a big jab to set things up. He just comes at you throwing punches. Now, looking at the comparison chart between Shavers and Sanders, you'll notice that there's not a great deal of difference in the two fighters. Sanders has an advantage in hand speed and Shavers in endurance. They're very similar in power and their ability to take a punch and their ability to adapt. Looking at the second chart, you can see I'm going to give Shavers a little advantage as a jab. He didn't have a great jab, but he had a better one than Sanders, and he has a 2-1-11. And I don't think we've ever had anybody, any two fighters closer than these two. So Shavers has a slight advantage. Before I render my decision in the Shavers-Sanders fight, please hit the like button and subscribe. And also available now is you can join the membership and get some videos that are not on YouTube. Also, you get first look at videos as a member, and please join. Okay, looking at this fight, boy, it would be a fun one to watch, would it not? And I think most observers, if you've watched this entire video, you have to come to the conclusion that it's not out of the realm of possibility that both fighters are going to hit the canvas. I've got to go with Earnie Shavers in this fight, a slight edge, because he's a little bit more resilient than Corrie Sanders, and he fought a much stronger cast of characters throughout his career. The competition was much tougher. We have a very small body of work for Corrie Sanders. I'm looking for a third round knockout. Thanks for watching.